Welcome to the saga of Chelsea Football Club's renaissance under Enzo Maresca. Once a powerhouse in English football, Chelsea had slipped into a shadow of its former self, with seasons marked by inconsistency, confusion, and a lack of identity. The arrival of Enzo Maresca was more than just a managerial change. It was a beacon of hope in tumultuous times. Maresca, with his background under Pep Guardiola and a successful stint at Leicester City, promised a return to football that was both beautiful and effective. His philosophy was simple yet profound. Control the game through possession, press with purpose, and play with an unmistakable style. This is the story of how Maresca breathed new life into Chelsea, turning a club in disarray into a team with direction, discipline, and dreams of glory. When Enzo Maresca arrived at Stamford Bridge, it was like a breath of fresh air in a room that had been stagnant for too long. His reputation preceded him, having transformed Leicester City with tactics that were both innovative and effective. Chelsea was in dire need of such vision. Maresca's philosophy wasn't just about winning, it was about how you win. He preached a gospel of possession, of every pass having intent, every movement calculated. His first task was to make the team understand this new language of football. From the get-go, Maresca set about instilling a culture of meticulousness, where every player was expected to be an artist of the ball, with the pitch as their canvas. His vision was to turn Chelsea from a team of individuals into a single, coherent unit, playing with a style that would make fans proud once more. Maresca inherited a Chelsea squad that was too large and lacked synergy. His approach was pragmatic yet visionary. He needed to sculpt the team to fit his tactical mold. This meant making tough calls, releasing players who, despite their talent, didn't align with his system. Maresca sought versatility, looking for players who could adapt to his fluid formations, those capable of playing centrally or wide, pressing effectively, and maintaining the ball under pressure. He wasn't just cutting down numbers, he was curating a squad where each member was a piece of his tactical puzzle. His method was to create a team where the sum was infinitely greater than its parts, fostering an environment where every player knew their role in the grand scheme of Maresca's football philosophy. Under Maresca, Chelsea's gameplay underwent a profound transformation. He introduced a dynamic system where the team would morph from a 4-2-4 during build-up to a 4-2-5 in the attacking phase, leveraging inverted fullbacks to gain an advantage in midfield. His training sessions were more than just physical preparation. They were intellectual challenges, focusing on patterns of play, pressing cues, and positional awareness. Maresca's tactics weren't just about keeping the ball, they were about using possession to manipulate and break down defenses. His approach turned matches into strategic battles, where every Chelsea player was both a chess piece and a chess player. This tactical overhaul revitalized Chelsea's style, making their football not just effective but mesmerizing to watch. Maresca's impact extended beyond the pitch. He was reshaping the club's culture. He demanded more than technical proficiency. He required a change in mindset. Fitness, communication, and a unified spirit became the cornerstones of his regime. The once lackluster spirit at Stamford Bridge was replaced by an infectious enthusiasm. Maresca fostered an environment where hard work was celebrated, where players were encouraged to voice their thoughts, and where the collective goal was to play for each other. This cultural shift wasn't just about football. It was about creating a family within the club, where every member felt valued and part of something greater. The transformation under Maresca was as much about the heart as it was about the feet, turning Chelsea into a team with a palpable identity and spirit. The tangible results of Maresca's influence began to show on the pitch. Chelsea moved from struggling to compete to setting the tempo of games. His tactics led to a style where Chelsea didn't just aim to win, but to dominate through possession and precision. The skepticism surrounding Maresca's appointment slowly turned into admiration as the team showcased performances that were both pragmatic and beautiful. His players were now executing his vision with confidence, turning games into showcases of tactical mastery. Chelsea was no longer the butt of criticism, but the subject of praise, with their performances reflecting Maresca's meticulous preparation and tactical acumen. The once questioned investment in Maresca now looked like a masterstroke, with the team's progress speaking volumes about his capabilities. Enzo Maresca's vision for Chelsea was not just about immediate success, but about laying down a legacy. His approach to youth development was revolutionary. He saw potential in the academy not just as future assets, but as immediate contributors. Maresca personally oversaw the integration of young talents into the first team, fostering an environment where they could grow under his tutelage. His philosophy was clear. The future of Chelsea would be built from the ground up. By giving young players opportunities in high-stakes matches, Maresca was not only rewarding their hard work, but also signaling to the club and its fans that youth was not just Chelsea's future, but its present. This blend of experience and youth under Maresca's guidance was creating a dynamic squad, capable of adapting and evolving with each match. Each match under Enzo Maresca was becoming a lesson in football strategy. His ability to read the game, adapt, and counter any strategy thrown at Chelsea was turning him into a master tactician. Maresca's Chelsea was not just playing football, they were solving puzzles on the pitch. His tactical flexibility, whether it involved switching to a more defensive posture to protect a lead or pushing forward with an attacking blitz, was unmatched. His use of inverted fullbacks, his pressure system, and the way he managed transitions from defense to attack were becoming his signature. This tactical acumen was not only winning matches, but also earning Chelsea respect from pundits and fans alike, showcasing that Maresca's team could outthink and outplay even the most formidable opponents. The revival of Chelsea under Maresca was not confined to the pitch. It extended into the stands. Fans who had felt disconnected and disillusioned in previous seasons were now rekindling their passion for the club. Maresca's style of play, which emphasized control, creativity, and commitment, resonated with the fans. His visible passion for the club, his interactions with supporters, and the clear progress in the team's performances were reigniting the blue flame at Stamford Bridge. The atmosphere during matches had transformed. It was no longer one of resigned support, but of vibrant, active engagement. Chants filled the air, banners waved with renewed vigor, and the players, in turn, were energized by this support, creating a symbiotic relationship between team and fans that had been missing for years. One of the ultimate tests for Maresca's Chelsea would be their encounters with football's traditional giants. Matches against teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, or European powerhouses like Real Madrid weren't just games, they were battles for supremacy. These were the moments where Maresca's Chelsea could truly showcase their evolution from underdogs to contenders. Each match was an opportunity to prove that Chelsea was back, not just in form, but in spirit and tactical acumen. Maresca's preparation for these games was meticulous, his strategies designed to exploit even the slightest weakness in these well-oiled machines. The results of these encounters were not just about points on the table, they were about statements of intent, resilience, and the rebirth of a Chelsea that could stand toe-to-toe with the best in the world. As seasons passed under Enzo Maresca's stewardship, what was once a vision of transformation was now becoming a tangible legacy. Chelsea was no longer just a club reborn, it was setting new standards in football. Maresca's philosophy had permeated every level of the club, from the first team to the academy, from the tactics on the pitch to the culture off it. His system wasn't just about winning, it was about how victories were achieved, with a style that was both elegant and effective. The players he had nurtured, both young and seasoned, had become ambassadors of this new Chelsea ethos. The club had reclaimed its place among Europe's elite, not just through results, but through a philosophy that would endure beyond Maresca's tenure. His impact was such that even if he were to move on, the blueprint he laid down would continue to define Chelsea Football Club. This was the beginning of a legacy, one where the name Maresca would be synonymous with a golden era at Stamford Bridge. As we gaze into Chelsea's future under Enzo Maresca, it's clear the journey has just begun. His vision isn't for a quick fix, but for long-term dominance, built on the tenets of tactical innovation, squad harmony, and an unyielding style of play. Maresca is not just coaching Chelsea, he's crafting a legacy. The path ahead will have its challenges, but with Maresca's blueprint, Chelsea is poised to reclaim its place at the pinnacle of football. This story of transformation is ongoing, with each match adding a new chapter to what could be one of the great tales of managerial success in football history. Join us in witnessing this incredible journey of Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. Engage with the community, support the team through thick and thin, and be part of this historic revival. Whether it's cheering from the stands, discussing tactics online, or simply wearing Chelsea blue with pride, your passion fuels this resurgence. Let's unite behind Maresca's Chelsea, not just for the victories, but for the return of beautiful, intelligent football to Stamford Bridge. Come on, Chelsea. Let's see how far this new era can take us.